y'all. How was that for an intro? Well, howdy, y'all. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing great. I am doing swell on this fine Saturday night. Just got done eating my delicious Saturday dinner, which, if as you guys know, is always steak and shrimp. Almost always. We almost always have steak and shrimp on Saturdays. Nate's pissed he wasn't home for dinner. Picked him up from his friend's house, and he's like, "What'd you guys have for dinner?" I said, "Steak and shrimp." He's like, "Are you kidding me?" Well, that's what happens when you don't stay home for dinner. You miss out, you know. So I think he's gonna warm up some leftover pizza, which doesn't sound very good to me, but that's what he gets, right? That is what he gets. Hi, Mary Lou is here, and Judy and Jody. Hi, Karen and Tammy and Renee and Lisa. And Tammy, you are just a traveler about the world, man. You go all over the place and do everything. I wish I had half the energy that Tammy does. I always see her posts on Facebook and she's always going places and doing things. I'm like so jealous of her life. My life is so boring compared to Tammy's. Um so yeah, I'm keeping track of you, Tammy. I know what you're doing. I know what you got going on. So no Maddie again tonight. Maddie tonight, but she'll be back next weekend. Um it seems like she hasn't been here in forever, but this weekend is her birthday weekend. Her birthday's on the 31st. Her dad just bought a cabin or a cottage up on Higgins Lake. Any of you guys from Michigan know where Higgins Lake is. It's a very popular resort lake, and they're known for having just like crystal clear water. The water at Higgins Lake is so clear that you can see, I don't know how many feet down. I don't know if I've got I'm stuffy. I don't know if I've got allergies or if I'm working on a head cold, but I'm a little bit stuffy tonight, so I apologize if I have the sniffles. But anyway, he just bought this cabin, so her and 7 of her girlfriends went up there to the cottage, and they're gonna go boating and just hang out and play games and party a little bit. She'll be 25 on the 31st, so that's what she's doing tonight. She's up north getting her party on, getting her birthday groove on. And I'm jealous. She invited me, but I thought I would leave that to the young people. Um I don't know if I have it in me. I don't know if I have a party weekend in me anymore. Not a whole weekend. I could do maybe a night out. I don't know if I could do a whole party weekend. I'm getting way too old. Patty's here, Lori's here, Roxanne is here. Happy Saturday. Lisa Douglas and Jennifer and Brenda. I will be sure I tell her happy birthday. Oh, Roxanne, your daughter's birthday is the 1st. So we both have kids that had holiday weekend birthdays. You know, it was tough growing up for Maddie because her birthday always seemed to fall on the Labor Day holiday weekend. And here in Michigan, and I don't know if it's like this everywhere else in the country, but everybody travels on the holiday weekend because it's right before back to school, or it used to be right before back to school. They're starting back to school earlier and earlier in the year anymore. But everybody travels on the holiday weekend and goes camping and up north, and kind of like a farewell to summer. And so for Maddie's birthday, when she was growing up, none of her friends were ever around for her to have a birthday party. So she only ever had family birthday parties because all of her friends were, busy on the holiday weekend. So it was kind of a bummer for her growing up. It seemed like her birthday always fell on the holiday weekend too, or in the middle of the week of the holiday weekend. So I'm sure your daughter was the same way growing up. Tammy says, I have a 20 and a 22-year-old that keep me going. Yep, your boys drag race. Yep, I knew that. Your older son are diehard soccer fans. Yeah, I see you that you go to the Seattle Sounders games all the time. All the time. Anonymous, I did not get your email, but I haven't checked my email, so I will check my email. For sure. I'll check it right when I get done here. I hope you're having a great Saturday too. Oh no, Lisa, that's terrible. For the second time and he's only 13 years old. I'm so sorry to hear that. Tammy says your 34-year-old daughter who doesn't do a lot but has a 7-year-old grandson, and of course he keeps you going. You are seriously the busiest woman I know. You're always doing something. I want to know, can you bottle up your energy and send some of it my way? Because you seriously have so much energy to do all of that stuff. I don't know where you get it from. I would be exhausted. I tell you what, one day in Tammy's life and I would be exhausted. Hi, Diamond Art Nurse. Jody, am I drinking straight from the bottle now? No. I could move that out of the frame, huh? No, I've got my red Solo cup. Don't worry. I'm still fancy enough to do it from the red Solo cup. Hello, Sue. I'm sorry I missed your calls today. We were out boating. We went boating today, so I didn't have my phone out on the boat with me, and I saw when I got back that I missed your calls, but then I was in Mindy's live, and then I had to go pick Nate up. Then I had to get my craft room table organized to get ready for tomorrow. I had all that shit on my table. It's not shit, but I had all that stuff on my table to get ready for my live. Hi, Cynthia. How is Cynthia? And Berta. Hi, Berta. Yep, Roxanne. No one was home to come to a party. Berta's brother's birthday's on the 31st, too. That is so cool. Yep, Maddie was born. This is kind of an interesting story. So, the night Maddie was born. Oh, what painting am I working on, Sue? I am working on my new one that Berta got me. So I had to choose between the two that Berta sent to me, and she got me the Skulls and Flowers one. I think it's called Crying Skull. And this one is called Autumn Glory. It's an Abraham Hunter. And it's turning out so beautiful. I mean, just look at those trees. Look at how detailed they look, the birch trees. I can't wait till I get to the waterfall. The waterfall area is over here. Can't wait till I get to the waterfall. Hi, Gina. Yeah, it is beautiful. I really am enjoying it. Even though it's a square, I'm having fun working on it. And that's the most important thing. I think I thought I was squared out, but I think it was just what I was working on wasn't bringing me joy. So it's kind of funny because Berta sent me this painting. Berta also gave me these storage containers. You wasn't using them, and she brought them to the retreat and gave them to me. So everything I'm using tonight, except for my pen, is from Berta. My pen is from, I think this one's from Jim's Handmade Pens. It's a resin burl one, but see how it's got that copper and silver and gold foil in it? And I thought it looked really good with this painting. Thought it matched the painting really well. So I was trying to coordinate. I was trying to be cool. I was acting cool. Trying to coordinate my painting. So anyway, I got the story about the day Maddie was born. So I woke up that morning and I felt like my water had broken or like I was leaking. It wasn't like a big gush, like, oh my God, like you see on TV, oh my God, my water broke. So went to, but I wasn't having contractions or anything like that. So I said to my husband, let's go to the mall and go walking because maybe that'll bring on, some contractions. Nothing happened, but it was still like it was so much that I had to wear a pad. So I was like, let's go get checked out. My husband was in agreement, yeah, we should probably go get that checked out. And so we went to the hospital, and it was so dead in the hospital. It was so like nobody was there. There were no patients there or at like in labor and delivery. And it was a holiday weekend, and so they came and they checked me or whatever, and they came back and or they said no, your water is still intact, so no baby tonight. And they said, well, unless you want to, do you want to have a baby tonight? Because I was full term and everything. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's have a baby. So like, we can break your water if you want, we can have a baby tonight. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's have a baby. So they broke my water, and almost instantly I started having contractions. And we didn't have anything with us because we just thought we were going to get checked. We weren't prepared for a stay. So at that point, my husband left to go home to get the car seat and the diaper bag and, my pillow and my bag that I had packed and everything that I needed, and to make arrangements for our older daughter, Emily. She had been with my grandparents, and my grandparents at the time were in their 80s, and I didn't want to leave her for an extended period, like overnight and through the next day, because who knew how long it was going to be. That I was going to be at the hospital, because when I was in labor for Emily, my oldest, I was in labor for like 38 hours, like hard labor for 38 hours. I pushed for almost 4 hours. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely, it was like a horrible, horrible experience. I tore my cervix. I didn't just tear externally, I tore my cervix inside. I had to have stitches. It was, I know this is probably way too much information. I'm probably grossing you guys right the heck out, but I'm just being honest. So I was prepared for this big traumatic event, with Maddie. So he leaves me. I start having contractions, and he leaves to go take care of things, get Emily clothes and get her moved over to his parents' house, who were younger. Get the car seat put in, get the baby bag, get my bag. He decides to take a shower as well. Well, in the time that he was gone, I went from not having any contractions at all to being in full blown labor, like ready to push by the time he got back. So I'm like in active labor to the point where the nurses are staying there with me. They're not, the doctor isn't in there yet, but the nurse is there with me through each contraction. And I was so mad at the two of them. They were watching some sitcom was on TV. It was a Sunday night. There was some sitcom on television, and they were like cracking up while I was having contractions, laughing at this show. And I was getting so mad at them. It was so funny. But anyway, so then the news flashed on. The news flashed on that Princess Diana had been killed in the car accident. And that happened about exactly the same time as Maddie was being born. Like, she was born like almost to the minute at the exact same time that newsreel flashed up onto the TV. Isn't that weird? So she's always been a princess. She's like my princess reincarnate. My princess. Jody, landscapes are awesome. You should get a landscape. You're so anti-landscape. They're beautiful. They're beautiful, beautiful. Berta, you're so funny. Am I saying I need to get you a pen too? No, Berta, you don't need to get me anything else. You are so generous. I was so, I mean, I cried. I was so just taken back by your kindness. It was so sweet of you, and I'm so appreciative. And I almost wonder to myself, because I really, really am loving working on this. And I kind of wonder if one of the reasons why I'm loving it, I mean, it is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. It's a gorgeous diamond painting. But I'm wondering if I'm loving working on it even more, knowing that it was sent with love. Do you know what I mean? Like, knowing that somebody thought enough of me to do something like that for me, like, is making me enjoy the process even more, if that makes any sense. Like, do you ever have like a gift that you value it more than if you would have bought it yourself because it's something that someone else got for you? That's what it feels like almost. So I feel like I'm enjoying working on it a lot more than if I would have just ordered it myself. So thank you. I'm not really crying now. I'm just sniffling now. Berta is a sweetheart. Oh, Fuji Flora, Jody, that's crazy. That was your second diamond painting ever? That is so crazy. That was a crazy diamond painting to choose for your second one. Woo! Fuji Flora is ginormous. Whatever made you decide that, Jody? I'd be curious to hear that backstory. Did you do like a budget-friendly one, like for your very first diamond painting? Was your first diamond painting a Diamond Art Club, or did you do like like an Amazon one and then just say, "F it, I'm gonna do this biggest, most complicated diamond painting I can find"? I'd be really interested to hear that story. We're gonna have to talk about that someday. Maybe we already did. We talk about a lot of stuff, but I don't remember. No, Cynthia, it's not my birthday. It's not anything. It was for no reason at all. It was just a random act of kindness. It was, she just, all of a sudden, it showed up at my door. This in the crying skull just showed up at my door one day. And I couldn't figure out who it was from. I did a little investigating and found out it was from Berta. Just because she's a sweetheart. Not that y'all aren't sweethearts, but not a birthday, not anything. Was it just because? It was a just because. So I have had a busy weekend so far. So like I said, we went boating today, and then last night I had that birthday party. I was talking about that in my live with Mindy on Friday. Or maybe I wasn't. No, I think I was just talking to Mindy about it. I don't think I talked about it in the live. So my niece has a child that my sister and brother-in-law are raising. And they had a birthday party for him for his second birthday on last night. So last night we were at my sister's house for the birthday party, and it was fun. They have a pool, and the kids were all swimming. And it is so weird here in Michigan. Like, August used to be the hottest month. Like, I swear to God, August used to be just like sweltering heat to where you couldn't even stand it. But it's just the end of August, and it's already starting to feel like fall. Like, it was getting to be evening time, like sunset, well, like 7:30, and you could smell the fall in the air. Like, the air was cooling off, and you could just smell the difference in the air of it getting cooler already. But these kids were swimming. Those kids swam. We left at 8:30, and those kids were still swimming at 8:30. But they had a bounce house and cake and ice cream and pizza and salad. It was a good time. I got to see my whole family. I don't see my family as often as I would like to, so it was really nice to get to see my family. My mom and my stepdad and my sisters and my nieces, or I don't have any nieces. I mean, no, what am I talking about? I don't have any nieces. My nieces and nephew. I do have nieces. I was thinking my nieces and nephew, and then my niece just had a new baby, and I got to see the new baby too for the first time. So that was kind of cool. And they named him, and this is such an interesting name. They named him Sky. It's a boy, a baby boy. They named him Sky, but they're spelling it Skii, which I just think it's so interesting. Sorry, I had to get a great big old drink of wine. Oh, you saw an unboxing of it? Yeah. Okay, Jody, that makes sense. Brenda said, someone sent me some scrapbooking things and I treasure every moment I do something with them. It was a surprise after our fire. Yup, exactly. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Patty. I don't think I said hi to you. Did I say hi to you, Patty? I'm not sure if I did or not. I'm kind of out of it. It's been a day. It's been a day. I did take a little... Oh, shoot. I missed some of these symbols. Well, at least I didn't have them put away yet when I noticed that I missed some. I did manage to get a nap in, so that's good. But do you guys ever have this where after you take a nap, you almost feel worse than if you had never taken a nap at all? I seriously am feeling like crap since I took my nap. So I'm trying to drink this wine. I'm trying to gulp this wine down and see if it can perk me back up. But I have to go to bed super early. I have to go to bed right after my live tonight. Jody, you got to hold me to this. Like, call me and force me to go to bed because I am getting up at the butt crack of dawn. Probably before dawn. I'm getting up at 5:30 and going to go hunting in the morning before I do my destash. So my destash is tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I hope you guys will all be there. It's going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. I have everything, my budget bundles, I have them all situated and all packaged up. I have 44 budget bundles available. I highly doubt that I'll sell all of them, but 44 bundles, and there are 5 to 7 paintings in each of those budget bundles, and those are going to be $20 each, including shipping. So I have 44 of them. I could not believe it. I made Jeff help me this morning get everything organized. I recruited him. He was okay with it. I was surprised. I didn't expect him to be as agreeable to helping as he was, but he was okay with it. Probably because he's glad I'm getting rid of some stuff. He wants me to have because my craft room, I've told you guys many times, my craft room has spilled out into my front living room. So I have just as many crafts in my front living room as I have in my craft room. He probably would like to get the living room back to looking semi-normal. So he's all for destashing the craft room. But I hope you guys will come and hope there's something maybe you'll like. Help me get rid of some stuff. Bertie, you want a budget bundle? I will send you a budget bundle, girl. You. Oh, Charlie would be a great name for a girl, Berta. That would be so cute. Charlie with a Y. Very cute. Now, you want a head start? Yes, you can. So what did I decide about the 2 we talked about? I'm selling them. I'm selling them. I'm selling them. Yep. Yes, Jennifer, I'm going to do it through PayPal. Payments will be through PayPal. I'll give you guys my my PayPal email, and um, we'll go from there. We'll go from there. And as soon as you pay me, then I will ship them out. You'll have to, of course, email me your PayPal email and your real name and mailing address so that I can match up who paid with who you are in real life, because not everybody's YouTube name matches their PayPal email, matches their real name. You know what I mean? So I'll have to have an email from you matching all of that information up, just who you are in real life and what your PayPal email is and what your YouTube name is, so that I can, and your address, of course, so that I know where to send everything. But I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to be a good time. I hope it'll be fun. I think it'll be a little bit stressful, but I think it's going to be fun at the same time. And I've got some really good stuff. I was no holds barred with my budget bundles. Even as I was going through them today, I was to Jeff. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that one's so cute. I really don't want to get rid of that one. It's so cute." I'm like, "No, it's going. It's going." So they're all stuff that I would. I didn't put anything in there that I wouldn't like to have myself. I didn't put any junk in there, is what I'm saying. There aren't any junky pictures. They're all cute ones. Or some of them are not so cute. Like I have a couple categories that are funky. So a couple categories that have funky diamond paintings in them. Just like Angie's little quirky weirdness. Like I have that one of Michael Myers with a Michael Myers mask, and it says "I love camping." It's got the Michael Myers mask, or not Michael Myers, the Jason mask. It says "I love camping." I think that one's hilarious. But you're gonna know that you're getting something weird because the category is called funky, so you won't be surprised. Oh yes, yes, Judy, I do. I have tons of special drill bundles. Tons of special drill bundles. I think I've got like, let me see. Oops, let's see how many special drills. I want to say 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 special drill bundles. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Christmas bundles. Then I've got 3 gnome bundles. Of course, I got gnome bundles. And then I do have some that are just miscellaneous. They're kind of a mixture of, like, there might be Christmas, there might be fall, there might be flowers, there might be cats, there might be a rooster in there. You never know with me. There might be a rooster in any of them. I got some that are cats. I've got florals. Now, most of these are round drill, but there might be a square drill mixed in with a few of them. But then I do have 2 bundles that are just square drill paintings. And I think each of those bundles have 7 paintings in it. So I do have 2 bundles that are just square drill paintings. People will pay with PayPal, Mary Lou, yes. Sue, you'll take that one. Which one will you take? Wish we could get a washer and dryer. Oh, you have to get a washer and dryer this week. Oh no, we had to get a new washer recently too. Hi, Stacy. I'm so happy you're back too. Oh yeah, Judy, it's really easy. It's really easy to figure out PayPal. I actually, if you don't if you don't have PayPal, you probably don't have Cash App either, but I could do PayPal or Cash App, to be honest with you. Either one would work. Either one would work. Hi, Donna. How are you? Yes, Jody, it's going to feel really good to make room in my craft room. Definitely. Right, Patty? I use PayPal for almost all of my transactions these days because they protect you. And yeah, that way you don't have to put your payment information out there. I use PayPal, even like trusted sites like Diamond Art Club. I would rather use PayPal to pay for it than put my credit card in. That's just how I roll these days. I pay for almost everything via PayPal. And at first I was a little hesitant about it, but it's been around for so long that it's such a trusted source any these days for payment that I don't have any qualms about PayPal whatsoever. And like I said, they'll back you if they're they got your back if something bad happens. Yes, Berta, they are all poured glue. Everything I'm selling is all poured glue. I don't have any double sided adhesive. No, only three gnome bundles. I think there might be four. I think there might be four gnome bundles. Well, if you think about it, if there's an average of 6 diamond paintings times four, that's 24. That's 24 of them. That's kind of a lot of gnomes I'm getting rid of. Now I did have to keep a couple gnomes because of November coming up. Mindy and I last year hosted the event for November where we worked on gnome diamond paintings all month. So I did have to keep a couple of gnomes to work on in November. So if you guys want to be involved in that and you don't have any gnome diamond paintings, that might be a good chance to get some gnomes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, okay, Sue, we can talk. Oh, yeah, Jennifer. Okay, you have Cash App? Cool. Yeah, we can do Cash App. Watching and diamond painting, Donna. Sounds great. What are you working on? Um what's everybody working on tonight? You're making a loud mental note, Berta. Special, squares, animals, gnomes, funky, special. Judy, that's a good question. So there's another event that Mindy and I are going to be co-hosting along with Sue. So November is going to be November, but then August. August is over, girls. October and November, we're also going to be hosting a second event that's going to go on kind of simultaneously. Boy, that was a mouthful. With November, and that's Big, Bold, and Beautiful, where we're going to be doing large size diamond paintings. So I've been wavering. I don't know what I should do for that one. I was thinking about doing the Three Graces, which is my big Josephine wall from Diamond Painting Deutschland. Then I was thinking about, but I just am finishing up with Diana, with my Diamond Painting Deutschland one Diana. But I took a break from working on that to work on Silver Husky Dog for my mom. But then when I got this one in, I took a break from working on Silver Husky Dog, and now I'm working on this one. So I've got to get back to Diana. I don't have that one finished yet. But I don't know that I want to start another Josephine wall because they're just so crazy confetti heavy. They have over 250 colors. I don't know if I am going to mentally be able to take on a project of that magnitude again. So I'm thinking I might do the new Chuck that just came out. The Country Blessings that I got last week. I might do um um what was the other one I was thinking? I might do Spirit of Flight. No, that's another Josephine Wall. No, I'm not going to do that one. There was another one I had in mind. Oh, I might do Christmas Morning. Actually, I might do Christmas Morning because I want to get that one done for this holiday season. So it probably will be Christmas Morning. Yep, yep, yep. Patty's working on folding laundry. Sue, you started a new painting. What did you start? Oh, I know what you started. I know what you started. Angela's kitting up for the Chuck event. Hello, Angela. Did I buy from DAC today? No. No, I did not. I am trying to get rid of diamond painting, Sue, not trying to add right now. I'm not going to say I'm on a no buy because just about the time I say that, they come out with something that I absolutely positively cannot live without. But my crafting budget is still tapped out. So maybe after I have my sale, if I make any money, maybe I'll be able to go back and buy the one I want. Because there was one that I wanted, and I'll give you guys one guess of all the releases today of the one I wanted, and I know that everybody will guess and everybody will know which one I wanted. I wanted Succubus. I think that painting was badass. I think that the rendering of it looked so cool. I really, really liked it. Now, where the hell would I put a lady's naked ass in my house? I don't know. Nowhere. I wouldn't hang it up. But maybe Jeff would hang it up in his pole barn. You know, men like to hang up pinup girls and the naked lady calendars and all that stuff. So maybe he would have hung it up out in his pole barn. He's got his deer diamond paintings out there that I've done for him and that he's done for himself. And maybe he'd like it out there. Be a manly thing. But I didn't get it. And I don't know, did it sell out? Does anybody know if that one's sold out? Because I did see a lot of people on Facebook groups saying that they were going to get that one. Jennifer's working on Red Roses. Patty's working on Folding Laundry. Judy's working on the Golden Valley by you know who. I love the Golden Valley. It's beautiful. Working on Dreamer by Michael Jelena. Anonymous is 2 rows away from finishing Violet. 2 rows away. Congratulations. Yes, 95 by 70 is our size limit for the Big, Bold, and Beautiful. If I didn't say that, I must not have said that. Tammy is working on Black Lab for my 20-year-old son. He owns a Black Lab. That's awesome. 3/4 of the way done. Woo! See, you're hoping to finish by Wednesday and you're 3/4 of the way. Where do you find time, Tammy, to do? You're so busy doing everything else. When do you have time to even diamond paint? I don't get it. You amaze me. You absolutely amaze me. Jennifer, you're going to do Summer Breeze for the Big, Bold, and Beautiful. That'll be pretty. Oh, I could do Vibrant Italy. That would be really pretty. But I might do that for Chuck Along. Angie, check Instagram for the globe that you had, please. Yes, I sure will, Stacy. Gina, if you don't have one, okay, it doesn't, if it is 95 by 70, or let's say it's 120 by 60, as long as if you multiply the length times the width and it comes out to the equivalent or larger of that square footage, then you're good. If you know what I mean. I'll explain it better when we have our informational video explaining all the rules and everything. Donna's working on a 40 by 50 of saying one day at a time, doing the background. Very cool. Very cool. Stacy's working on the third fair for her crochet along. Awesome. I'm so excited that people who are doing the crochet along with us. Is Country Blessings that large? I think it is, Gina. Let me look. It's right here in my closet. Hold on a second. Well, maybe it's not so right there. I must have buried it when I was putting everything back after I got out the ones I was going to sell. So, I don't know how big it is. But I think it is. I think it would qualify. I'm not sure. Sue will probably look it up for me. Phoenix by J. Well, 250 colors, kitted up, ready to go. Awesome, Judy. I am so excited. Hi, Anita. How are you? Yeah, Sue, I know you're doing the one for your granddaughter. That's awesome. Patty, I don't blame you. And I think yes, I did want the butt lady. Yup. I'm way back. I'm way behind in comments. Let me get to the bottom of the comments. I'm so sorry, guys. It did sell out. The butt lady did sell out. Cool. Sharon, you're working on Reading Tree? That's awesome. I have that one. I'm going to be destashing that one tomorrow, actually. I don't know why. I had originally gotten it with the intent of doing it for my son's school library, but that was when he was in grade school, and he's not in grade school anymore, and the middle school probably doesn't want, a little cute little tree on the wall of their school library. So I decided to part with that one. I had to make some tough decisions, but the closet space was getting too... my closet was running over. I couldn't fit one more thing in the closet, and it was spilling over into the room, and I had to make some tough calls. But hi, welcome, Sharon. It's so nice to have you here. I'm glad that you found us. Oh, that one's not big enough. It's 93 by 70 Country Blessings. Shuckers. Thank you for checking. Shuckers. That sucks. Canine Christmas Karen, is that the one? Is that the one that with the dogs that are making the Christmas tree? Making the shape of the Christmas tree? I don't know, Anita. We're going to have to talk about that. 93 by 70. That still seems pretty big. Yes, 95 by 70 is our size for that one. Oh, Sharon, you're doing it for your son's school too? That's cool. That is so cool. That is very neat. Jennifer, you've never sewn squares together before, so you opted out of the crochet along? And you're looking forward to my bag. Which bag? The one I designed or the granny square one? Because I'm trying to decide which video I should put out first. Should I do the tutorial of my bag that I designed, my purse that I designed, or should I put out the tutorial for the granny square bag that I made several of in the last couple of weeks? You guys choose. Jennifer, sewing squares, you know what, Maddie just said the same thing to me this past week, that she's never sewn squares together before, so she was intimidated about that. It is really actually very easy, and there is an awesome video out there on YouTube I will, after this live, I will find it and link it in the description of this live for you. It's called, if you want to search for it yourself, it's called like 7 Ways to Connect Granny Squares. And it is very detailed, and she shows you literally 7 different ways that you can put squares together. It is really a very good, well put together video. And that helped me a ton. Nate just texted me and said, don't check. I don't know what that means, Nate. He's literally across the hall. I don't know why he texted me to be a butthead. He's giggling. I can hear him in there giggling. He's probably watching me. Sometimes him and his friends do that. Sometimes him and his friends will watch. Marcelino Lopez. Yeah, I know Marcelino is Nate's friend. Yes, they're watching. Marcelino, you better be good or I'll kick you out. It is a great painting, isn't it? I designed it myself. Little smart ass. This is what you get when you try to live in a house with a 14-year-old. Smart asses. Okay, Jennifer, the one I designed. Cool. I will do that. I'll do that this week for sure. 100% positive. I promise. I've really been I've been really wanting to do a crochet tutorial video, but I've never done one, and so I've been a little intimidated about doing it. I need to work up the courage to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's like with anything that you do new for the first time. Like the first time I made a YouTube video, I was so nervous. Like I was shaking, I think. I was so nervous. And but it's like that with doing my first crochet tutorial. I think I'm just really nervous to do it. Stacy says, I don't know how you talk while you're crocheting. I've had to redo one leaf like 10 times because I lost count. You know what? It takes practice. And here's where I get my practice. Jeff will inevitably, and it's always when I'm counting, inevitably he'll come and want to talk to me when I'm like mid counting, you know. So I've kind of learned to just tune it out. And you know, those of you that have YouTube channels that do videos will know that it's not even really natural to sit here and talk to the camera and read comments like on chat and diamond paint at the same time. It actually does take a little bit of practice. Like it takes, you know, some getting used to of splitting your attention between looking for drills on the canvas and actually placing the drills and looking at chat and formulating your thoughts and getting the thoughts out of your mouth. But with crocheting and talking, yeah, I can crochet and talk. I probably pretty much because I just tune out whatever Jeff's saying most of the time. But like I was saying to Mindy, if it as long as we're not counting past 4, I can keep talking if I only have to count up to 4. But if I gotta go past 4, I gotta be quiet and count. Pull off my socks and count my fingers and toes. Oh, Berta, you're doing K9 Christmas too? Cute. Anita, your husband does the same thing? Yeah, doesn't, you're right. Not until I'm reading, right, exactly. If you're reading something or counting something, that's when they want to come talk to you. It's like I've been sitting here the whole time diamond painting. I've been sitting here for hours diamond painting, and all of a sudden, now that I'm counting, now you want to come talk to me. Oh, you know what really gets me though? What really gets me is if, okay, there's a lady, the new lady on YouTube that I like to watch, and the name of her channel is The Thrill of the Thrift. And I think I've talked about her before. She goes thrift store shopping, and then she has auctions on her channel, and she sells her thrift store findings, and it's all like vintage stuff. She kind of specializes in like vintage and antique stuff. Sometimes she has some beautiful, beautiful things. Sometimes it's junky, but sometimes she has really gorgeous things that I wish that I could bid on. Um, I mean, and there's no reason why I couldn't, other than it's, I don't need more stuff sitting around my house. But anyways, I really enjoy watching her, but I can't watch her while I am crocheting because she talks numbers all the time. She'll be like, okay, this is this is item number 34, and the starting bid for this is going to be $12. And okay, we have so and so in at 14, then we have so and so's in at 17. And she keeps saying all these numbers, and so when I'm trying to crochet, I can't watch her while she's saying all those different numbers. So I had to give up on watching her while I crochet. Right, Jennifer? I do the exact same thing. I wasn't ignoring you. I was counting. Because then he'll say, like, he'll go through this whole long story of something he wants to tell me. And then all of a sudden, he'll say, you're not even listening to me, are you? I'm like, I'm counting. I'm sorry. I was counting. I really do care. Honest. I was just counting. This painting is so cool because of the way the colors are. Okay, so I might have to take off some of these so you can see what I'm talking about. It goes in waves of color groups. So over here in this corner, you've got the oranges and the yellows and the browns. And then you've got the blue sky in the middle. And then over in that other corner, you've got reds and pinks. And then you come down here, and you've got the green grasses in the middle. And then over here on this side, you've got the gray waterfall and the red flowers. It's just neat how it goes in waves of what colors you're working on. I really love it. Really, really love it. And the drills are awesome, and the canvas is nice and sticky. I don't have any complaints. The squares are fitting together perfectly. This is probably one of my favorite diamond paintings I've worked on in a really long time. I'm really enjoying it. Hi, Judy. Back here working and lurking. That's fine. Watching football. Watching football? What is football on already? See, it is getting to be fall time. It's getting to be that time of year. Oh my gosh, my nephew plays football. He is, how old is Tough? Tough is going into the 4th grade. So however old that puts him at. And he plays football. And he's very serious about his football. Like, very serious about his football. So they have weigh-ins that they have to do for his league. So they had to be to weigh-in this morning because they have scrimmages today. They had to be to weigh-in this morning in St. Charles, which is a town about a half hour away. Well, maybe 20 minutes away, at 6:45 a.m. to weigh in. Now, the only reason that you have to weigh in is apparently it's league rules that if you're a ball carrier, you have to weigh less than 100 pounds. for this age group that he's in. Well, that's all well and good, except he is such a big kid. He weighs over 120 pounds. And so he's never ever gonna make weigh-in. He's never gonna like make the cut for weigh-in. But they've got to go anyways. But it's crazy to me that he is going into 4th grade and weighs 120 some pounds. And my Nate, who is taller than me now, and I'm 5'5.5". I always like to throw that ½ inch in there. Because that matters, man. Got to get that extra ½ inch. I'm 5'5.5", and Nate's taller than I am now. And he probably weighs 70 pounds soaking wet. He's just a scrawny little dude. And it's just so funny that my 4th grade nephew weighs almost double what my son weighs. And there's 10 years between them in age. Not 10 years, that's wrong. 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. Yes, Mary Lou, if somebody says a number when you're trying to do a tutorial, yes, watch a tutorial. It's like, shush, shush. I did Stacy, I finished square 4, so I'm so proud of myself, because usually after we do our crochet alongs on Friday, I just stick that bag away until the following Thursday. And then I get that back out and I work on the square for the next week so that I'm ready for you guys and I can show you what the square is going to look like for the upcoming week. So basically I'm going to end up with 2 pillows when the thing is said and done, because for each square that everybody is making, I'm making 2 squares. I'm making one in advance so that I can show everyone, and then I'm making one with you guys. So, I usually don't get my stuff out until the night before and work on next week's square. So this morning I got up kind of early and I went ahead and finished up our square from yesterday. So I'm ahead of the game. I'm doing good. I am doing good, except for that one square. What is it? Square number 3 that we have to make 5 of. Yeah, I'm not even close to that. I do have 2 of them made, but I need to make 3 more to get 1 pillow out of it, but 8 more if I'm going to make 2 pillows. And I still don't like that square. I still think it's hard. I still think that square's hard. Now, Stacy, as you're doing it, are you doing the are you watching the tutorial on YouTube, the Sisters in Stitch tutorial? Because I find that is a lot easier than working from the pattern. A lot easier. Gina, you're going to put this painting on your wish list? It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Roxanne, you got a big boy too then. He's almost 4 and weighs 60 pounds. Yeah, that's how my nephew Tough was. He's always been big. Jennifer, your oldest is 6'8", and you're 5'2.5". That's crazy. 6'8", your husband must be... How tall is your husband? Or do you have height in your family somewhere else? Sorry, I had to get a drink. Another thing that I think it was Judy was talking about during our crochet along yesterday was doing a beginner's doily crochet along. And I was actually thinking about doing a beginner's doily tutorial. Because I don't know if Mindy's really into doing a doily. So maybe instead of doing it as a crochet along, maybe I will just do a beginner's doily tutorial. I'm not sure if it was Judy or not. I can't remember. It might have been Linda. I don't remember. My memory is... I've got a lot on my mind. I'm not usually as busy as I have been. Oh, so I started telling you guys why I got to get up at the butt crack of dawn tomorrow. In addition to having my sale tomorrow, which I am so super excited about, but I'm ready for it. Like everything is set up, everything is ready to go. So I was talking to my stepdad yesterday. Now they live out in the country. I mean, I live in the country, but I live kind of like in the suburbs country. They live out in the actual country. Like they have farm fields and stuff. And deer are actually a nuisance where they live because they eat the crops. They just absolutely decimate the crops. And the deer population is so high right now that farmers are losing like a crazy amount of crops to deer. And so, what the state has done is for farmers, they have issued a limited number of kill tag licenses so that you can legally hunt out of season on your property to get rid of the excess deer population. So my stepdad invited me out, and I get to go deer hunting tomorrow morning, which I am so totally excited about because number one, I love deer hunting. But number two, you don't usually get to go deer hunting in August. I mean, that's usually it's usually in the fall and winter when you're out there freezing your patooter off. So I'm super excited. He's going to set me up in a good spot on the property, and I am almost guaranteed to get a deer. Like, almost guaranteed. Now, it's going to be a little bit of an ordeal though because I'm going to get up at 5:30. I'll be to my mom's by 6:30. She lives about a half hour away from me. And be out in the out in the field by 7 at the latest. But because of the temperature, because it's so warm, that deer is going to have to get processed immediately. Usually you can hang a deer and leave it sit for a day until you get it to the processor. But because it's so warm out, it's going to have to get taken care of right away. So my stepdad luckily processes his own deer, so I will have him available to help me process the deer ourselves. But I got to get home to get ready for my sale. So I don't know, depending on, what time I shoot the deer, I might not have time to stay and process it. So Jeff's going to be on call if I've got a duck out. And so basically what I'm saying is I'm going to have the luxury of hunting and actually getting the deer without having to do all of that messy work afterwards. I'll just shoot the deer and then call my husband and say, come and deal with this. I gotta come home. So I'm getting the best of it. Oh, your husband's hunting today, Roxanne? That's awesome. Awesome. Well, I hope he gets something. He bow hunts. I love to bow hunt as well. I do not have a crossbow though. I just have a regular compound bow. And I really want a crossbow. Nate has a crossbow, but he's had it for, he shot his first deer with his crossbow, and that was 3 years ago. So he was 10 when he got his first deer with his crossbow. So it's a kid's crossbow is what I'm saying. So it's not, I don't know that it's something that I think I would want something a little bit more powerful, if you know what I mean. You guys probably don't want to sit here and listen to me talk about hunting, so I'll change the subject. But I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I'm super. I think Jeff's a little bit jealous because he invited me and not Jeff. But I think it's like a bonding thing. I think it's like a bonding thing. My stepdad, um, oh, it's illegal to hunt with crossbows in Oregon. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I did. I guess I never even considered that. Yeah, they legalized crossbows in Michigan probably 6 or 7 years ago. Maybe longer than that. I don't know. Time flies. Um, but it's got to be in season. You know, obviously we have bow hunting season and then rifle season, and then like some places, like we live in an area where during rifle season, we can only use shotguns. We can't use rifles, just because of the area that we live in, the population density. You can hunt with a shotgun, but not with a rifle where we live. In my yard. Um, so if we want to hunt with a rifle, we got to go out to my mom's or to different hunting land. My husband Jeff has a friend who has property up north, and he goes rifle hunting up there. Um, so I will be using our 350 Legend tomorrow, which I love that gun. It's got like the most awesome scope on it. All right, I said I was going to stop talking about hunting. I will. I'm going to stop talking about hunting. But I'm really looking forward to some venison. Because by this time of year, all the venison from the freezer from last hunting season is long gone. So we are ready. And shoot, with meat prices anymore, it'll be a big help to the bank account too, to be able to freezer up some meat that we don't have to pay for. Will be worth it, especially if we can process it ourselves, because it costs over $100 to have a deer processed, which is crazy pants. I mean, what does that work out to? I think we worked it out last time, and it worked out to like $3 a pound. By the time they weighed the meat and weighed what they gave back to us, or we added up the weights of what they gave back to us. But everybody's got to make their cut, right? Those deer processors got to get paid too. Right, it's something I'm passionate about. Exactly, Sue. Exactly. Yeah, it is kind of funny. We went from doilies to hunting. Yep. Go from doilies to shooting deer. So what kind of doily would you guys like to see? Do you like the pineapple pattern? I love pineapple doilies. If you don't know what that is, look it up and see what that pattern looks like. I think, and pineapple doilies, I think, are one of the easiest doilies to make, and they're so fun to do. They're really, really fun to do, and they're very, very pretty. But I can do any kind. We can do any doily you want. I should try to make one up. I don't know if I got that kind of patience. But what we'll do is we'll start with, because there are different weights of doily thread that you can use. And the pattern that you use is completely dependent on the weight of thread you want to use. So for beginners, I wouldn't suggest using the 30 weight thread, because it's just so fine. I would suggest doing one with 10 weight thread, which is a little bit less fine. It's a lot. It's like the sizes of, like when you're talking about sizes of regular yarn. Every regular yarn comes in different size classes, and so does doily yarn, or doily string, I guess you'd call it. But yeah, I would love to do a doily. I've got all of these vintage doily books from my grandma that we could definitely come up with something fun. Definitely. Yes. A beginner pattern sounds good. Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. Good luck. It is. I need it. I need the good luck tomorrow. I need to get you one too. You're almost out of deer burger. There's nothing like deer burger. We use it for everything. Like for spaghetti, for chili, for everything. And we actually have come to prefer the taste of venison over beef in our in everything that we make. It is so much leaner and it doesn't taste gamey at all. And I think it's because deer in this area are not, now deer can taste gamey, but it depends on what they eat. The way they taste depends on what they eat. So the deer in our area are all fed off of fields. So they're eating grains, they're eating corn, they're eating soybeans, they're eating grasses. They're eating a diet of what's in the farmer's fields. So they don't taste gamey at all. They taste like beef would taste. When you get to where you're hunting in the woods and there's no farm fields and they're just forest deer that are, foraging for the plants that are growing in the forest, that's when you can get gamey tasting deer. But our deer are not in this area, don't taste gamey at all. Now our wild turkeys do, because we also have a lot of turkeys in this area, and my stepdad does a lot of turkey hunting. And those, I think wild turkeys taste gamey. I don't care for wild turkeys at all. The whiskey or the animal. Not the whiskey or the animal. Let me. Mary Lou, you could use a 1-weight yarn, I would say. Let me show you. I'll show you an example of what a 10-weight looks like, and I'll compare it to. Hold on, just 1 second. So just against my finger, this is what a 10 weight looks like. And so I would say you could definitely use a 1-weight yarn as a substitute if you wanted to. But these, you can get this big ball, which is, you want to make sure it's 100% cotton. This is 1,000 meters. So what is that? 1,100 yards was like $5.50 at Walmart. So they're easily accessible. You can get them at Walmart. And they're fairly cheap. And this will make 1,000 yards will make a ginormous doily. I'll make a big one. Trying to think if I have any. I do have a doily I could show you guys. Where is that? I do have a pineapple one. Ooh, Mary Lou, having tomatoes. Are they garden tomatoes? There's nothing like fresh garden tomatoes. We have a farmer's our community, the little community that we live in. We live outside of Saginaw. So, I say we live in Saginaw, but really we live in Shields, which is a little community outside of Saginaw. And they have started having a farmer's market on Mondays. And so Jeff and I took a ride over there just to see what they had, because there's a lot of farms in this area. And there were a lot of farmers with their stuff, but there were like bakers and pastry people. There was one lady there selling crocheted items. Now, the only thing she had were dishcloths and towels, dish towels, with the crocheted top on them. But it gave me an idea that I could set up a stand there and get and sell some of my crocheted items. Of course, the things I crochet take a lot of time, and so I wouldn't have a big stock for quite a while. I'll probably stick to just doing the craft fairs. I have a craft fair that I'm crocheting like mad for coming up in November, which I know that seems like a long ways off, but in order to get the things done that I want to do and have an ample stock to be able to sell, I really got to be doing it now. So I've been I haven't done a yarny video in a while, but I've been making hats like crazy. I've been um, working on my blankets, of course. Except I can't work on, like, Sue's blanket, I have not been able to work on. Because Sue's blanket is getting so big that I can't stand to have it on my lap because it's too hot. So I gotta wait until the weather cools down a little bit before I can finish up Sue's blanket. I haven't worked on Cynthia's blanket in a while. I have to admit that. I'm not gonna lie. I need to get back to working on that one. I haven't worked on Jody's blanket in a while because Jody's blanket I have started 4 different times. One time I don't like the color of the yarn. The next time I like the yarn, the color, but I don't like the way it feels. The next time I don't like the pattern. I have not found the perfect combination of color and feel of the yarn and pattern for what I want to do for her. So her blanket's still a long ways off, but she loves me enough that it won't. She'll forgive me. I know she will. I hope she's still listening. Hopefully she'll forgive me. Then I'm also making that pink blanket with the big squares. I've been working on that one quite a bit. My granddaughter saw it and fell in love with it, but I have so much time and money into that blanket. I really had planned on selling it as like an heirloom quality blanket because that's what it is. Um, and but she saw it and she absolutely fell in love with it. So that very well may turn into a gift for my granddaughter rather than something that I sell. But that's okay. That's okay. It's worth it. If it's something that she'll keep forever and that she'll love, then I will gladly sacrifice for her. But I do I've been diamond painting a lot more lately than I've been crocheting, which is odd for me because I've been in such a crochet mood lately. But it's felt good. It's felt good to get back to, it has felt really good to get back excited about diamond painting again. Because for a while I just wasn't. For a while it was like, meh, okay, I'll do it for, a little bit. But it feels really good to be really back into it. And then I was looking at like all these diamond paintings that I plan on destashing and like, do I really want to get rid of that? Do I really? But I do. I have to. I have to part with them. Your deer ate your tomatoes, Mary Lou? Those damn deer. You know what Jeff's been doing to avoid that because we've got deer and rabbits. Well, first of all, he did put a fence up around, well, he put a fence up around the green beans and the peppers, but he didn't put a fence up around the tomatoes because they hadn't been bothering them. Well, all of a sudden, something is taking a bite out of each one of the tomatoes. Like, it doesn't eat the whole tomato, it just takes a bite out of each tomato as it gets ripe. So what Jeff's been doing is he's been going out and picking them before they're completely ripe and then bringing them in and letting them ripen on the counter. And that seems to be working. He actually just made a huge batch of fresh salsa today. He makes the most delicious fresh salsa. Do you any of you guys watch the show Portlandia? Has anybody ever watched Portlandia? They have it's like a spoof show. It's they have all these little skits and they're all like spoofs. So they do this one segment and it's called You Can Pickle That. And they're like, you can pickle anything. Um and it shows like a kid dropping an ice cream cone on the ground and these people pop up and they're like, you can pickle that. And so it's just like it's just funny. It's an inside joke. You'd have to watch it to see it to really think it was funny. But Jeff's been into pickling lately. So he's been into making his salsa, but then he's also been into pickling lately. So he is looking for anything and everything to pickle. Do you guys have any good ideas of things that Jeff can pickle? Let me know. Here's what he has pickled so far. He has pickled pickles, obviously. He has pickled asparagus. He has pickled green beans. He has pickled habanero peppers. And what else has he pickled? I thought there was one more thing that he pickled. That's all. That's all he's pickled so far. But he's looking for ideas of things he can pickle. He knows he can pickle eggs, but he hasn't done that yet. Okra. Ooh. Okra sounds good. Hi, Chantel. How are you? Don't part with them if I'm not sure. I know. Pickled beets. Yes, beets. Oh, good idea, Sue. I love pickled beets. I'm going to have to tell him that. He just went and bought a whole bunch more pickles today. We didn't plant any pickles this year, any cucumbers. So he had to go buy some from the farmer's market today, or from the farmer today. He's going to make pickles tomorrow. He made salsa today and he's going to do pickles tomorrow. So it keeps him busy, keeps him out of trouble. Bell pepper. Really, Mary Lou, you can pickle bell peppers? Gina, pickled sweet corn? He would love that. Jeff is addicted to sweet corn. We eat corn on the cob with literally every meal that he cooks on the grill in the summertime. We have corn on the cob. Well, I'm telling you, we probably have corn on the cob 5 out of 7 nights a week for dinner. He's obsessed with it in the summertime. So when you do pickled corn, pickled sweet corn, do you cut it off the cob or do you pickle it on the cob? You must cut it off, right? Or otherwise you couldn't fit a whole ear of corn in a jar unless you use a ginormous jar. I'm going to have to mention that to him. That might be right up his alley. Pickled cauliflower. Sharon, that sounds delish. Yeah. Pickled cauliflower sounds awesome. I'm definitely going to recommend that. So far, I think he said his favorite is the pickled asparagus. But of course, asparagus is no longer in season here in Michigan, so it's really expensive to buy it. So he's off that. He liked the pickled green beans, but he liked the regular pickles. But he's experimenting with putting garlic and hot peppers in and stuff like that. And some of his batches are really, really good. And some of his batches, I'm like, I don't know, honey. But he eats them all. He eats it all. So as long as he's enjoying himself, that's all that matters, right? It's so funny because I used to be the one that made all the salsa and everything and did all that kind of stuff. And now it just kind of... I taught him how to make my famous salsa one day, and he has just run with it and truly made it his own. He does it his way now, and it's delicious, and he doesn't use quite as much cilantro as I do. When I make mine, I like to use a lot of cilantro. To me, that's what makes fresh salsa taste fresh. But he doesn't he doesn't he doesn't see it that way. He just does the he does the just a small amount of cilantro. And then we did pick up, oh, the other thing I got at that farmer's market, there was a lady selling Color Street, and that's what I use on my nails. I use Color Street nail strips. And when you buy them online, they are like, I think they're buy four, get one free, but I think it works out to where they're like $11 or $12 a piece. So I can usually get a pair or a set, usually lasts me between 2 and 4 weeks, depending on, amazingly enough, depending on the color. Some colors last a long time and some colors flake off really quickly. So I use, probably a set, 1 to 2 sets a month of Color Street, and at $11 or $12 a set, that's, probably to somebody who gets their nails done all the time, that doesn't seem that pricey. But to me, who doesn't spend money on herself in that way, that seems pricey. But there was a lady selling Color Streets at the farmer's market, and she was selling them for $7 a set. It was such a steal. And unfortunately, I would have bought more if she had been, but she wasn't there, and she said it had a sign that says just pay the lady in the stall next to her. Because if she had been there, I would have tried to make a deal with her and been like, hey, I'll buy, 20 sets if you'll sell them to me for $5 a set or $6 a set. You know what I mean? Give me a volume discount. But still, that was a good price. I love it when I can get deals like that. Isn't there just something about when you get a good deal, you just feel so much better about yourself than when you have to pay full price? I hate paying full price. You can just tell me it was a deal. Oh, okay, Gina. Pickled it in a stone crock right on the ear and then cut it off and can it. I know exactly what you mean by those stone crocks. My grandma used to have those. We don't have one of those. You make it spicy hot. Holly Seekins. Hi, Holly. Yeah, sure. Cilantro is the key to good salsa, in my opinion. Love cilantro. I used to grow it in my garden, but Jeff actually likes the store-bought cilantro better than what we would grow. I don't know if we were like not harvesting it at the right time or whatever, but it seemed very stemmy. I don't know. We weren't doing something right. And Sue, that would be a big no to the pickled pig's feet. Disgusting. Are you trying to make me lose my dinner? Okay, here's a question for you, Sue. Have you ever had pickled pig's feet? Inquiring minds want to know. And what happens to the bone? Is there any meat on a pig's foot? Like, does a pig's foot have any meat? I don't even know the answer to that. Right, Jennifer? Makes you feel good inside. More money for crafts. Yupper. Oh, hi, Kathy. How are you? I haven't seen you in forever. I saw a post of yours on Facebook, and I was thinking about you last week. I hope that you're doing well and enjoying your summer. My summer is coming to a close. Nate starts school on Monday. Woo woo! So excited. I'm going to have my days back. Jeff will be at work. Nate will be at school. I'll have my house back to myself. I will be so excited. Am I a horrible person for thinking that? I feel like a bad person. Because, I mean, it's not like Nate really does anything that bugs me when he's home. Hell, his schedule lately is he stays up all night and sleeps all damn day, anyways. So it's not really that big of a deal that he's home, but something about just being home alone, I'm just feeling pretty excited about. Feeling pretty excited about it. Your mom loved them, Sue? Yuck, yuck, yuck. Tammy says pig feet are yummy. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. Oh, yeah, I know. I see you've been really, really busy with the house, Kathy. Thank you, Cynthia. I just like the idea of being home alone. I just having the house to myself. I miss, sometimes because there was a time, I don't think I've ever shared this on my channel. So we're going to talk about something that is a little bit personal. Um, there was a time when Jeff and I went through some troubles, had some relationship problems, and I actually moved out. And I lived on my own for 4 years. And Nate was with me, of course, but he would spend a good amount of time with his dad. So I spent 4 years living basically alone. And so it's weird. It was, I mean, we've been back together for quite some time now. But at first it was really weird going back to living with someone. You know what I mean? Because I really did cherish my time by myself. There are times when I gotta say I miss it. And as much as I love him, and I love him to death, don't get me wrong, love the man to death. He's the best. He really is. He's a keeper for sure. Jennifer, right? Doesn't it throw off your whole schedule when your husband's home? I know, and Jeff, what he's horrible about is he'll decide at the last minute, oh, I think I'm going to take vacation next week. And this will be like on Thursday. I think I'm going to take next week off. It's like, what? Really? Go to work. Just go to work. But I think that Jeff's done taking time off for the summer until he'll take time off when I go to the retreat. So I've got the Missouri retreat coming up in October. And then I've got a trip to Florida planned for the end of October. Last year, I went to Florida for my friend Sarah's 50th birthday. And her mom paid for, who's also my friend. Her mom is my friend Jennifer, that you've heard me talk about going up north with and stuff. Her mom paid for the hotel, and we just had to pay for our flights and our food while we were there. And so we had such a good time at her 50th birthday trip last year that we decided to make it an annual event. So we're going again the end of this October. We're going to be staying at Fort Myers Beach. And the hotel we're staying at is super cool. It's like a little mom and pop roadside hotel. And it has a pool. I mean, that's not what's so exciting because a lot of hotels have pools, right? But the room that we're staying in is like connected to the pool, and it's set off by itself away from all the other rooms, and it has a living room and 2 bedrooms, and it's really, really neat. It's really a cool place. I'm super excited about it. Now, of course, I'm not super excited about spending all that money. There are a ton of ABs in this section. Holy crap. I just pulled out these green ABs. Look at those suckers sparkle. Aren't those gorgeous? Just look at those. Ooh. There's a ton of ABs in this section. All green. The grass is going to be glowing. Grass will be glowing. But anyways, it's going to seem like we have our own private pool, because last year when we were there, nobody even used the pool, because right beyond the pool is the beach. It's like there's the pool, a fence, and then you're on the beach. So nobody even used the pool, and our room is right over top of it. So it's going to be like having our own private pool. And then we'll have our room with the 2 bedrooms with a living room. Has a little kitchenette, which we won't use because we're right next door to absolutely the best restaurant I have ever been to in my life. If you ever go to Fort Myers Beach, you have got to go to the restaurant called Shuckers. Shuckers is the name of the restaurant, and it is fan-frickin-tastic. They specialize in gourmet cocktails and seafood, of course. But their gourmet cocktails are to die for. And their food, they have a lobster mac and cheese that is just out of this world. We ate there. We were there for, I think, 3 days, 4 nights. Or how does that work? 3 nights, 4 days. 3 nights, 4 days, 3 nights. Last year, we ate at Shuckers 4 times because it was so good. And it was right next door to our hotel. We could just literally walk right next door. But it was so good. Now, I need to find a crochet project to take with me. Last year, I had a granny square project I was working on. So it was easy for me to take my yarn and hook down to the beach because it was just granny squares. But and they were all one color. They were one color granny squares. So all I needed was one skein of yarn and my hook, and I was good to go. So I need to find a project to take with me that I don't need to rely on a pattern for, kind of something that I know in my head, and that I only need, 1 or 2 different colors of yarn for. So I'm kind of racking my brain trying to think up a project that I can do, because I cannot shut myself off. Like, when you guys go on vacation, can you go on vacation and not craft? Or do you have to craft when you're on vacation too? Because I have to craft even on vacation. I can never take a vacation from crafting. It is not enjoyable to me. When you go on vacation, do you guys leave all your crafting at home, or do you take something with you? Hi, Mindy. I didn't even see you. Oh, hi, elephants. No, you haven't been here. You haven't been here in forever. So when kids are back in school is the Mother's Day of the year, for sure. Mindy took a shower. Good. Thank goodness. Craftedly, hi Amy. I assume it's Amy. Oh, and Michael. Awesome. Oh, you guys put in a late night working on pre-orders. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So nice to see you guys. Who's texting me now? Oh, Maddie. Oh no. Maddie just texted me. She's in Higgins Lake. She's going to a townie bonfire. So a bonfire with the townies from Higgins Lake. I'm sharing my location with you in case I don't return. Okay, so as a mother, this kind of makes me feel a little bit nervous. So she's going to a bonfire with people that she doesn't know in a place that she doesn't know. At least she had the 21-year-old Maddie wouldn't have had the presence of mind to share her location. So I guess I should be thankful that at least she had the presence of mind to share her location with me in case she doesn't return. However, it still makes me a little bit nervous. That girl, I wonder if she's ever going to grow up. Do you guys think Maddie's ever going to grow up? Or is she going to... It's so weird. Maddie is so weird because there are so many ways that she is mature beyond her years. Her love of crafting, the things, the depth of conversations that I can have with her, the things that she talks about, a lot of things. She is mature beyond her years. But then there are quite a few ways that she is very, very immature. She's going to be 25 years old this year, and I still think she acts like she's about 19 half the time. If that, maybe 17. Maybe 17. Do any of you guys have kids like that just refused to grow up? And she's going back to school. You know that, or maybe you don't know. Maddie's going back to college. Now, Maddie already has one bachelor's degree from Wayne State University here in Michigan. She's going back to college at Central Michigan University to get a second bachelor's degree in recreational therapy. She starts school on Monday. She's going back full time. So she quit her job that she had. She moved back up here to Saginaw and is living with her dad so she can go to Central full time. Now, Central is a 45-minute car ride away from Saginaw. So every day she has to drive 45 minutes to go to school, to go to class. Her earliest class is at 9 a.m. Maddie is not a morning person. I don't foresee this with having a good outcome. And I just wonder to myself, is she ever going to grow up? Like, seriously. I really think she just wants to stay a kid forever. She's crazy. Hi, April from Ontario, Canada. Love your videos. That's awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're here. You took your first vacation last year and you took your diamond painting, Sharon? That's cool. Right, Amy? It is smart of her to stay a student, right? If she stays a student, she doesn't have to adult. You know, I think that's her main goal in life is she wants to continue to be a full-time student so she doesn't have to be an adult. But you guys know what's coming. I can say it because she's not going to watch this video. I don't know for a fact she's not going to watch this video. She is going on a vacation to Key West in September. And Austin is going to propose. He came over a couple weeks ago and asked permission. And we had her grandmother's diamond engagement ring in our safe for safekeeping. And so he came and asked for permission and got the ring out of the safe. And when they're in Key West in September, he's going to propose to her. So maybe that'll make her grow up, but that is super, super exciting. I love Austin to death. He will be just a very, very welcome new part of the family. Can't wait. Can't wait. It's going to be fun, you guys. I'll definitely, it's going to be a big wedding. Just knowing Maddie likes to be the princess. It's going to be a huge wedding. Thank God her dad has money because God knows her mom doesn't. My ex-husband is pretty well off, and so we're going to count on him to pay for it. For the majority of it. We'll do what we can. But we're very much middle class. And he's just got, he's got way more resources than we do. But Maddie has said forever that she's going to have a big wedding. But yeah, I'll make sure that who knows how long it'll be. They'll probably be engaged for like a year, I'm thinking, at least. Neither one of them are in a big hurry to grow up, so. But it's super exciting. Super exciting. I know, Amy, you guys must be exhausted. You guys have so much going on right now. Right, Minnie? I don't want to grow up either. I pretty much, I mean, in a lot of ways, I haven't grown up either. So I guess I can't really falter. I don't want to grow up either. Shit, I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I actually, probably 3 years ago, looked into going back to school myself. But then the cost of it and the thought of starting a new career at this age, I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I've always wanted to be a teacher. So I thought that I might want to go to school and finish, well, finish, I would have to change course because I majored in accounting when I went to college. So I didn't graduate, but I do have a lot of time under my belt. All right, Tammy, good night. Oh, you got to go take care of the neighbor's dog. All right, have a great weekend, you too. Oh, Angela, you're in Vancouver. You're in British Columbia. Jody's also in Canada. I have quite a few Canadians, my neighbors. Right, Mary Lou? I'm in my second childhood. That's how I feel. I don't mind. I'm 47, almost 48, and I really don't mind being the age that I am. I would never want to go back and be young again. I love where I'm at in life all around. Like I don't wistfully look back at my youth and think, "Oh, I wish I could go back to when I was 25." No, been there, done it. I'm happy with where I'm at. And I can't wait to get my hands on some new Craftablies. Super excited about that. I'm going to wait until you guys get your pre-orders filled and then watch out because I am going to be on the website ordering up some stuff. I haven't gotten a new Craftably in quite some time. And in fact, I'm doing this big destashing. You notice I'm not getting rid of any of my Craftablies. It's because I love them too much. I love, love, love Craftablies. Every single one of them. Can't part with any of them. Jennifer, you're the same. You wouldn't come back. Mary Lou, I'm younger than your kids. No way. No way. Yes, I should come and get them in person. I could make a trip to Texas. I wouldn't mind that at all. I'm due for a good road trip. I haven't been on a road trip in a while. I could put in a few good days of work and help you guys out at the same time. Pick them up and pick up my kits and help you out. I wouldn't mind that one bit. I don't have anything going. My schedule's clear. And I've got a lease on my vehicle. And when we got this lease, Jeff made me buy the extra miles, thinking that I was going to go over my lease miles. And so I pay an extra, I think it's like $15 a month so that I can have extra, like 3,000 extra miles or something like that. I'm not even going to be close on my lease miles, which feels like a waste to me. So, maybe a drive to Texas would be a good idea. I can put some miles on my car, then I won't feel like I've wasted all that money. Your girls already went back to school, didn't they? Our school doesn't start until Monday here. Nate goes back on Monday. I was just saying how excited I am for him to go back to school finally. Because he's been that kid, I tell ya, teenagers. He stays up all night and sleeps all damn day. You want to go, Mindy? We could do it. We could definitely do it. Yeah. Oh, that is so cool. You know what, Amy? Let me know when he's going to do that and I will come and meet him. Yes. I will definitely come and meet him and at least take him to lunch. That is so cool. Let me know about that for sure. Yeah, I hear you, Anita. I wish I could still do the things that I could do when I was younger. Like, I can't ride a bike anymore because of my pelvic floor dysfunction. I wish I could ride a bike. One of my great loves of doing outdoors things was actually two great loves is I used to love hiking, and I can't do that anymore. And I used to really love canoeing, was one of my very favorite things to do in the summer, and I can't do that anymore. I can't sit in the canoe anymore. So I wish that I could have my body back from when I was younger, but not necessarily be back. Yes, we're definitely going to hang out with Michael for sure. Sharon, your boys went back the 8th of August? Wow, that's almost like having no summer vacation at all. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. When do they get out? Like, hopefully they get out before June then. Either that or they have an awfully short summer vacation. I know for a while there they were talking about doing away with summer vacations altogether and having year-round school. Just having some small breaks. I don't know. I think that idea got the kibosh. I don't think anybody was really down with that idea. How is it I always miss some? Always. Every time. Every time I miss some. Missed two right there. Dang it. Every color, no matter how hard I look, I always miss some, so I don't even bother. I don't even bother scouring the canvas anymore because I know I'm going to miss a couple. But I really want to get this section finished tonight. I'm so close to finishing it. Can only afford to pay in paintings. Heck yeah, people would definitely work for that. Seriously, Mindy, we should think about it. We could go for a road trip. Put some miles on my car. Think about all the fun we'd have. I'm an excellent driver. Yes, I love Babes. Babes is great. Definitely introduce. Definitely gonna stay away from the baby rattler though. This time, I learned my lesson about that baby rattler. So here's a story. I was down in Texas visiting Amy and Michael at Craftably, and they so generously, it was over the holiday weekend of 4th of July, or the week of 4th of July, and they very graciously took me out to dinner with their entire family. Their daughters and Michael's parents came and Amy's parents came, and we went out to a place that's famous in Texas called Babes. Well, I don't know if it's famous in all of Texas, but it's well known. We'll put it that way. And we're sitting there, and the waitress, they tell them that this is my first time there, and do I want to meet the baby rattlers? And I was like, well, sure. So they come out with this box and this stick, and they tell me to tap the top of the stick onto the box and wake them up. So I do it, and they open the box and like throw it, like not throw it at me, but like, wow, like that. And it's baby rattles. but they made like the rattlesnake noise. Scared the poop out of me. I screamed, and I laughed so hard I started crying. It was so funny. You probably had to be there, but it was hilarious. Yep, he's got the jokes for sure. For sure. Holy crap, you guys. Why didn't nobody tell me what time it was? I haven't even looked at the clock. I've been too busy working, trying to get this section done. I think I am going to try to finish up this section, but I guess I'll let you guys go since I've been making you sit here with me all dang night. I didn't realize what time it was getting to be. But thank you guys for hanging out. I hope that everybody can make it tomorrow and hopefully pick up some goodies from my auction slash sale. It should be a fun time. At least if you don't want to buy anything, stop on in anyways and see what other people are getting. That's always fun. It'll be, again, it's at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and I hope to see everybody there. So everybody, have a great rest of your weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.